Um, Here it says something very interesting. So continuing on from quotes from the book from Rabbi Ari Kaplan, it says like that. The Ramak, or Moshe Cordovero, states that the main reason the spheros, which are the, everybody familiar with the spheros? You were here the first time. I'll show you pictures. This. Picture. Those pictures of the spheroid, right? The spheroid, which comes from sphere, which has to do with basically how God created the world. So, which is like a ladder. Did I ever explain to you that it's? I believe this is the source of the game that kids play. You sand a stone, you do tack, 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 tack. How do you call it? Hop.
Hopscotch.
What's that name? Some Scotch?
The real name is Kabbalah.
Scotch, alright, whatever. Hopscotch. So in France it's called amarelle, and it really is to try to go to the other side, right, and to reach the other. And one side is us, which is Earth. There's the bottom. We have a better picture to actually express that with Earth itself. At the bottom is Earth, and then we try to hop higher and higher to reach God in the heavens, so to speak, right? So that's our work. So he's saying again, the Ramak says that the main reason the spheros were created by God was to provide a ladder upon which one could climb to the highest spiritual levels. So this is the thing, and that's why a lot of meditation is based on that. This is more like a guided meditation, so to speak, where you go step by step. We don't do that too much. That's more of a very high level. But it's good to know that there's a system and there's a ladder, there's a structure. It's not just or nothing. So a lot of Chinese meditation, all those things that exist out there, or even yoga or stuff like that, exist in different form, have been transformed, taken different ladders. But at the end, this is the root. So when one goes to the root of meditation or how to reach God, like the Prophet used to do, then this is the system that exists. So interesting in terms of meditation, it says here, the way of permutation, which is tzeruf in Hebrew, is the closest way to truly know God, more so than any other way. This is by Rabbi Abulafia. He was very much into permutation. If one has the power to endure the way of rebuke with great passion, and if his mind can control his fantasies, then he can ride his mind like a horse. I love that analogy. Right? It can ride his mind like a horse. So, meaning if the greatest, I have another thing, I don't think we'll have time to read it today, but it speaks about another rabbi who is alive today, speaks about holy imagination as opposed to dangerous imagination or unholy imagination. Because I can create a fantasy, which nothing is going to happen. I can create a reality with my imagination. So which one, how do I distinguish what's the right way to imagine? But, unless you have someone who imagine a beautiful building or Empire State Building, and it ain't happen, like they say, right? So unless you use your imagination, you need something. But in the same time, you cannot imagine something that doesn't exist, right? So, or its imagination can lead you in the wrong way with your desires, creates imagination that are unhealthy for you.
Why can't you imagine something that doesn't exist?
Because you're living in a lie.
So then how are things created that haven't existed before?
So, because a real imagination is only a permutation of things that already exist, but you transform it, right? It's like almost like what Einstein was saying. Nothing is. I don't know if it was Einstein saying that, but nothing is destroyed, nothing is created, everything is transformed.
Yes.
Who said that?
Yeah.
Einstein?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
He was a good guy. He said some smart stuff.
Jewish, so.
He's Jewish too. Yeah. But I love that you can control. So once you really develop that it's a muscle of imagination that you use, and then when you can use it well, then you can use your mind as a horse and really, I guess, infuse a lot of energy or ideas or thoughts or images that will transform your life or the future. So he said like that. He can control it as he desires, spurring it on to go forward or reining it to stop where he pleases. Now I will tell you the mystery of the true discipline through which you can alter the laws of nature. Okay? So he's telling you, if you are really a master of imagination, of meditation, you will literally be able to have control on the laws of nature. This is the path along which you must travel to attain the mystery of true discipline. Take in your hand a scribe's pen, like a spear in the hand of a warrior. Write speedily, letting your tongue utter the words with a pleasant melody very slowly. Understand the words that leave your lips. The words can consist of anything that you desire, in any language that you desire, for you must return all languages to their original substance. Okay, we're not going to practice that, but I mean, if you want on your own, you can practice it. But that's already a very high level. When he was speaking about permutation, is putting names and letters together as if you're using chemical ingredients. I put some H2O and some carbon dioxide or with that, and then something happens, right? So the same thing with the Hebrew letters and sounds that we use. Here is something a little bit different, but very interesting. My master, the Baal Shem Tov, revealed to me that when a person has pain, whether physical or spiritual, he should meditate that even in his pain, God can be found. He's only concealed in a garment in this pain. When a person realizes this, then he can remove the garment, and the pain and all evil decrees can be nullified. Right? It's very interesting. First of all, the pain is here as a purpose for us to be aware of God or something, right? So pain doesn't come anyway for just right, torture. Did that? No, so God doesn't do that. So so the moment I realized what the source of the pain is, and that God can be found there, then that pain can be controlled and avoided. That's the same idea of all those famous stories where you had very big rabbis who were in a kind of meditation state while they had open surgery without anesthesia, or people able to go through some very difficult thing, and they were able to sustain the pain because they were on a meditation level. So the story of the Chazon Ish like that, and very holy people. But they were able to do it because of the way they were thinking at that moment. Or maybe then that can be exactly the explanation of Rabbi Akiva. Actually, I think he speaks about him later. Rabbi Akiva, who was, so to speak, tortured by the Romans, and still able to be fully, close to God, and because understood this is nothing. But I mean, don't try it at home. It's a very holy level. Now, another thing also that relates to imagination is the Greater Hechalot, which is a book that speaks about the great chambers, it has to do with Zohar, explains that to enter the mystical state, one needs to do a mantra meditation where a series of divine names is repeated 112 times. Through the repetition of this formula, one enters the threshold of the mystical chambers, and one must proceed from one chamber to the next. The ascent to the chamber seems to be a sort of spiritual projection. One creates for himself a spiritual body, and with the hands of this body, he holds the seals that must be shown to the angels guarding each gate in order to gain admittance. If you read the piece of the Zohar that speaks about all those chambers, and it's basically, imagine you go on in a rocket ship and you go in space. So you have all the things, the atmosphere, the stratosphere, the troposphere, right? So all the different levels. So how are you? So each time you go to the next, imagine you have an angel, or you need a green card, I don't know, something that I don't know why I said a green card, but I'm legal in America. But each time you need to show a path that lets you go to the next level, next atmosphere, next angel, and this is how the spiritual world is built up, structured. But I have the control of this, and I have to imagine myself going up. So again, the whole prayer and meditation allows me, after, to be a master architect, to build the spiritual world and connect to the reality of the spiritual world, and then ascend little by little until I reach what the prophets used to experience, which is a vision of the secrets of existing heaven, seeing angels, seeing a kind of image of God, or stuff like that. That's obviously a lifelong thing. Let's remember that Avraham Avinu only achieved that when he was, I believe, 75 years old, was his first spiritual experience. He discovered the existence of God before, when he was a kid, but the actual mystical experience of Abraham, it was 75. I think his first prophecy with the Bris Ben Besar was when he was 99. That was like a real prophetic trance thing where he got into a trance. But little by little, step by step, with consistency, we shall succeed. All right.